What's going on, guys? CardMechanic here, and today I'm going to be showing you a card trick that'll absolutely blow people's minds. Let's do it. Alright, check this out. We'll give the deck a few cuts to start off with. Nothing too crazy. And now we'll have a spectator select a card. But the way the spectator is going to select the card is they're going to cut somewhere in the deck. Right? Let's just say they cut about there. Then flip this over and put that right on top. So in this case, we'll make the first face down card the spectator's card. So let's just say this one, and it turns out to be the ace of clubs. Oh, the ace of hearts. I don't know why. I can't read today. Alright. Now, of course, in a game of poker, one ace really doesn't mean much. But if you just give the deck a shake, we'll see that another ace reveals itself. And that is the ace of diamonds. Now again, in a game of poker, two aces are pretty good, but they could be better if you have four of a kind. Alright, so breaking this trick down, here is what you are going to need. You're going to need the four aces. You might be wondering why. Because this trick requires the four aces. You can use four kings, again, four queens, go crazy, 4 2s, but again, I like to use the, show it kind of like a poker hand. So, of course, people will be more excited about 4 aces than 4 2s. So, I got the 4 aces, and I also use a double back card. Now, if you don't have a double back card, you can always just use sticky tape and just tape 2 cards together, and it works just as well. Or if you go on like Illusionist or Theory 11, then you'll see that they have a double back card with like every deck they sell. So, now you got your hands on 4 aces, a deck of cards, and a double back card. What do you do now? So now this trick requires a bit of a setup. So the way I like to set it up, I like to take one of the aces, put them face up on top of the deck, take this double back card, and put that on top as well. Now, I like to match the aces when I go, so I like to go red, red, and then reveal the 2 black. So currently we have this is the double back card. Now take the ace of hearts, or whatever ace you're using in whatever order, put that face up on the bottom of the deck. Right, so now the deck looks like this. We have the double back card, face up red ace, and a red ace face up on top. And then I take the 2 black aces and I put them face down, so just with the rest of the deck like that. So now if you take a look at the entire deck order, we have the double back card, we have a face up ace of diamonds, we go all the way down, there's the rest of the deck, we have a face up ace of hearts, and then 2 face down ace of clubs and ace of spades. So, of course you can't really give the deck much of a shuffle unless you know how you're shuffling the deck, or you know how to shuffle the deck. So if you do want to give the deck a shuffle, you can do this. But again, since they're face up cards, I highly recommend that you do not do that unless, I don't know, you make it facing yourself so then the spectator doesn't see anything. But then at that point, what's the point of even doing the shuffle? That's why I like to give the deck a few false cuts. Now, if you don't know how to do false cuts, I've made a video. I'll put the link to that in the description and on the screen. So I like to start off by giving a few false cuts, and then I allow the spectator to cut anywhere they want into the deck. Right, so let's say they want to cut here. Actually, that's pretty deep, but it really doesn't matter. So let's say they cut that far. Now you're going to take this top packet, turn it face up, and boom, put it right there. And then now you're just going to spread out. You don't want to spread this part right here because that's where the face up ace is. So I usually don't spread it out as much. I usually spread out where the cut is. So boom, spread out, and say the first face down card will be their card. Okay, so now by the way we set it up, this will be the ace of diamonds, and this will be the double back card. Okay, so then this is pretty much a force. You're forcing them to select the ace of diamonds. So boom, you show them, there's the ace of diamonds. Now, in a hand of poker, the ace of diamonds, by itself means nothing. Right, so at that point, I like to, make it a bit flashy by turning these cards over. And now you want to take this bottom pile and put it on top. This way, now you have the ace of hearts set up, face up, somewhere in the center. Now, of course, you tell the spectator the ace of dominates by itself, you know, doesn't really do much. Then I like to do some magic gesture, either a wave or like a snap. And then you do another spread and you show the spectator, boom, the ace of hearts appeared there. Now, two of a kind aces is a pretty good hand. Right, now keep in mind where you split the deck. Actually, even better than that, when you're splitting the deck here, make sure to separate these cards so you don't get lost, and then slide this card out. Right, because you know right underneath this are the two other aces. Right, so this way you know where that is. And then you square it all up, put the bottom half on top again. So now you have the two aces on top. So now what I like to do at this point, of course, while I'm telling the story of, well, not story, but telling that two aces are not as valuable as, you know, having like four of a kind, I get a thumb break under the top card, like this. And then I kind of, then I break the card, then I break the deck here in half, put that on top, and I maintain my thumb break, so now the ace of clubs is now on the bottom, and the ace of spades would now be on the other half. Right, so on one side of the thumb break you have one ace, the other side you have the other ace. Then you take the rest of this and put it on top. So it's kind of like a double undercut where you're, and instead of doing this and, you know, putting two like that, you're doing this and moving this on top, then moving this on top. Right? So it's pretty much double undercut with, you know, one card like this. And of course the spectator should not see you doing that. Alright, so now you're all set up. You got one ace on top, one ace on the bottom. Now you're going to grab the deck. And unless your hands are super dry, this is not going to work. But all you got to do here is toss the deck over, and because of the friction you have between your hand and the bottom card and your thumb on the top card, when you throw it over, you're just going to be left with two cards here. You flip them and show them you have four of a kind aces. And that is the trick. So that pretty much wraps up this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and as always, thank you so much for watching. Make sure to go and check out my Patreon page to help support my channel and get some cool perks while doing it as well. So I'll put the link to that in the description. And also in the description, I'm going to put the links to all my social media, so you can make sure to check that out for all my status updates. And all that being said, I will see you in the next video. Welcome to the end screen. If you liked the video, make sure to hit that like button, leave a comment down below, and subscribe, because subscribing is good. Thanks for watching.